It's Sketchbox time. So this is supposed to cut things. Let's see how well it slices into the tape, because that's what I got it for, to cut tape. Okay, first thing we take out is Clairefontaine 220 GSM double-sided comic book paper. I believe it's marker paper, so are we getting marker? Oh, a chisel nib and a Japanese brush nib, professional alcohol illustration markers. Shinhan Art Touch marker with a brush nib and a chisel nib. Ooh, a jelly roll, fancy jelly roll. I don't have one of these. Cute, and I think it's silver. It seems like it's silver, but we'll see. Micron and an O2. There you go. O2. And a brush sign pen. I believe this is by Sakura. Oh no, Pentel. Pentel brush sign pen. And she is just a pointy human being. Okay. The Sketchbox sticker, and it says 10 years of Sketchbox. And that's it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Oh, the contest winner. Look at that. That's really good. I don't have Instagram, so I can't enter in any of their competitions. So there's that. Okay, so here's the information on our products. Let's see, it's in white. It's in white. I thought it was silver. Where's the art? Oh, there it is. Our featured artist. Oh, and it kind of shows you how to do it. It gives you a step-by-step process on how to make this illustration. That's pretty wild. All right, let's open this up real quick. All right, so let's swatch these colors out. We have apricot, peachy, sky blue, cotton candy, key lime, raspberry, and then we get a blue Micron in a 02, a Pentel, and it's a gray color, the sign pen. Then we have the mauve shadow in the touch. And then here I'm just swatching the, I'm seeing how many times I can pass the markers before they bleed through the paper. And it did not bleed through the paper. I did 12 passes and there was no bleeding through the paper. And now here I'm just checking how flexible my Copic nib is compared to these different brush nibs. And although these nibs are fantastic, there's nothing wrong with them, the Copic is a little bit more flexible. Okay, so I've actually just started watching this show called Dan Da Dan, and this is one of the characters from the show, and I just think that she's adorable. So I'm going to try to, if not draw her exactly, I'm going to use her as a reference. Okay, let's get into some fun art with some alcohol markers. Now, if you are new to this medium, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is the most fun medium, in my opinion. It's the first actual art supply that I took to when I started my journey in art. Now, with that being said and out of the way, these markers are a very light pastel color, which is fantastic, and I'm going to tell you why. If you want a darker color, all you have to do with alcohol markers is add another layer of it. But the best part of it, on top of that, is you can mix the red and the blue together to get a new color. You can mix the pink and the beige or apricot, what was that color? And the apricot to get a new color. You can mix these colors to get new colors on top of the colors you already have. So you might have just 7 colors here, but the different color combinations you can get are a lot. So I recommend you play on your swatch sheet with color mixing to see what different colors you can get. Now, speaking about the swatch sheet, this paper is different than your regular printer paper. It's different than Bristol paper. It's different than any other paper you've ever used alcohol markers on, besides a company called Render, which this is pretty much the same kind of paper. With this paper, you just have to be careful when you're starting your coloring process because the colors are not the color that they're going to dry to. So initially, you're going to see the color seeming a little bit darker, maybe a little bit hint of a grayish tone. And then once it dries, you're going to see its true color come out. So don't panic when you see that. But I do recommend really playing on your swatch sheet and trying out different color combinations to make sure that that's the color you want. You know, you wait for it to dry and just make sure that's the color that you want. Now with this piece, I actually played with layering not only the markers, the alcohol markers on top of each other, but I played around with the Pentel sign pen. And I put that on top of her hair because her hair in the series is a lot darker than the marker that was provided. And even if I added layer upon layer of that same marker color, it wouldn't give me the color that I was looking for. So I tried, I gave it a whirl and put the gray sign pen on top of her hair, and it was the perfect color that I was looking for. And I recommend that. Just, you know, experiment with this. You're gonna have a blast, and it's so much fun. Now, the jelly roll that came with this set is not only for highlights, but it's also to fix your mistakes. If you made a mistake on a piece, which I actually made a couple of mistakes on this piece, I end up using the white gel pen to cover up my mistakes, and it actually worked really, really well. Here I'm actually fixing her collar because I didn't put it far back enough, and like I said, perfectly fine. You can't tell the difference. I love the way this piece came out. I hope that you enjoy playing with these markers as much as I did. Just remember, like, you see the streaks on this part here. You're gonna have streaks, but if you just go one more pass, those streaks, they go away. The alcohol ink marries with each other, it sits, and it just kind of gives you a feel that you put a layer, a nice even coat of watercolor on the page. One thing I can recommend, which they didn't provide, but I'm a firm believer in this, and I just love when they play together. If you own some color pencils, I promise you, it will look so good with your touch-ups, just to clean anything up or to add a little bit more shading and a little bit more depth to your piece. Color pencils, I promise you, it will not steer you wrong. I hope you enjoy this box as well. And yeah, experiment. With this micron, I do say be a little bit careful. I was coloring her in her eye, and I almost made a hole in the paper because I guess I wet it too much with the micron, or the point was just too pointy and it kind of scratched the paper. I don't know what happened, but I definitely put a hole in it. So just be careful with that. If this information or anything I said was helpful to you and you like what you're seeing, if you could just give a thumbs up just to help the good old YouTube algorithm pass my video along to maybe somebody else who needs the information in this video, that'd be great. If you're not subscribed, feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. And thanks for watching. Peace and love.